as expected, offered John Wall a big bag of money, 4 years, $168 million. But John Wall not going to sign on the dotted line right away. Why, Brian?
It's going to take a little time to look at this. I got to believe he's going to sign this deal at some point, because this will add on to the 2 years that he has still on his contract, which would make it a 6-year, $205 million package, even more money than Steph Curry was guaranteed. This would take over as the largest deal in NBA history. But it would also hold him in Washington until 2023. That's what we're talking about. Again, this is a new function of the CBA. He qualifies for this because he made third-team All-NBA over Paul George. If Paul George had made third-team All-NBA, this was the offer.
Right, it's a different world.
This is the difference.
And who voted on All-NBA?
We all did.
Not me, yeah. Paul, PG, it wasn't me, man.
Come on, I think PG is fine. It's the people of Indiana that did not.
But see, here's the thing. The reason that they've got to offer this is they don't want to be in a Paul George situation 1 year from now. Right. Wall has 2 years left on his contract. Now, I have been told that this is not about what's going on with the Wizards this summer. This is not related to Otto Porter. This is not John Wall saying, if you sign Otto Porter, I will resign. He doesn't want that on his plate. He doesn't want that responsibility. To use a means. Having said that, I think it would be a good idea. I think it would be a good idea to re-sign Otto Porter if you want John Wall to feel that you're interested in this team going forward. The Wizards are a team that has sometimes been a little hesitant to spend. Signing Otto Porter to a deal that I think would probably go around $100 million would push them into the luxury tax. That would be a message that they are serious about competing in the East. And I think there's a better chance of John Wall.
Question for you, Rach, because you did a story with John Wall. You did a really good sit-down interview with him. He's been through some things, right? He has really been through some things to get himself to this moment. And for him to not just jump at it right away tells me something, that he's a thoughtful guy. Why do you think he just doesn't jump at this?
Well, I think the perspective, obviously, of knowing how the league works and sort of realizing he has reached this level. He has thought he has been at this level for a while. He is now seeing everyone catch up to where he thinks that he has been. I would like to point out who his new agent is. John Wall's new agent is Rich Paul, who is, of course, LeBron James' agent. And LeBron sort of crafted this model of, you know what? Don't sign the longer deal for more money. You want to also maybe take into account if you can sign shorter deals that hold your team responsible, make them a little scared you might leave, and leverage. Now, John Wall is not LeBron James.
He's also had 2 knee surgeries.
That's what I was about to say. LeBron James has the luxury of doing that because he can be relatively confident that every time he is ready to sign a new deal, every team in the league would want to sign one with him. John Wall has had injuries. John Wall is not quite the player LeBron James is. But I am curious if some of this hesitation, as you say, Brian, is not directly related to one player, to Otto Porter, but is related to the general philosophy of the new shop that he has joined that says, you know what, leverage on your side as a player, it's not a bad thing. You might want to at least think about retaining some of that.
And he can sign this extension for the next year.
Right.
You know, I'm sure it's not going to go away, but obviously if you injure yourself, especially if you would injure your knee, it's concerning. So this is the new CBA. We're testing it here because this is a situation where they installed this so that John Wall would not leave Washington and not leave Washington until the end of his prime, because 6 more years in Washington would probably be that. And the Wizards would love to be able to lock him down and not worry about it, have him and Bradley Beal, and they could build going forward. Considering his injury history, I would be surprised if he didn't eventually take this, but it is telling that today he said, thank you so much for the offer. I will get back to you.
You know, like, I mean, I don't mean to talk a different sport, but I remember this. The only thing I can think of right now is Clayton Kershaw when the Dodgers went to him and said, "Hey, would you like to? We want you to be a Dodger for life. What would it take? $300 million? 350? What would name your number, and you will be a Dodger for life. We'll come up with some late. We'll call it a 20-year deal, whatever." And Clayton said, "I don't want to be that guy."
You know what, though? John Wall wants to be that guy.
John Wall definitely wants to be that guy.
It bothers him. He signed at the, wrong time. He still got an $80 million deal. Right. There's a lot of guys in this league making more money than John Wall, and that bothers him.
Yeah, Bradley Beal is making more money than John Wall.
Well, it bothered him. But now, as you pointed out, with new representation, it's interesting to see if the representation tells him, look, I know your pride wants this, but your checkbook should want this.
No,
the money's not going anywhere. They're not pulling that offer back.
Right. All right, so I was trying to bargain with you to stay for longer hours, but producer Danny is telling me in my ear that you're actually going to SportsCenter. So
yeah, talk to Stan and Neil.
Oh, well, all right. But we'll get you back later, baby. We'll see.
Okay, player to be named later. Got it.
Player to be named later. Thank you, Ramona, for being here. We will be back, though, with more of the Jump Free Agency Special right after this break. I'll start handing out money around the building. I'll see.
What are we drinking? I thought we were going to drink.
Oh, yeah, bring back some.